Okay, if I go silent here and there during this stream, it's because, man, I was doing something up until this stream started, which is partly why it's starting late. Other than that, though, the whole purpose of this stream is mainly to play more Yumiko, because when I played the Nuzlocke challenge or the custom character, hey, guess what? I'm not playing Yumiko, so that's why this run is going to exist. So, just making sure my OBS was working, and I think we'll just leave things on Roll of 4 and slowly twist the gears. We'll start with an apt run, if for no other reason than to warm up. But yeah, just know that if I go silent sometimes, it's mainly because I personally don't like to waste food most of the time. So basically I had to do some food stuff, and I was making sure that, you know, everything was okay food-wise. Things were stored, and I literally have food in front of me, that's what I'm trying to say. On top of doing, again, storing food, because if you don't store food correctly, hey, guess what? It doesn't stay good for long. But yeah, without further ado, not really much to Yumiko aside from the, well, later on it might get a bit tricky, but as we get arms, coma, nails, festival scissors, and I forgot to check the lighthouse. I accidentally re-rolled, but that's fine. No stakes here. Arms, nails, sailors, botanist, kana. Let's actually check the lighthouse, and I will, again, I'm gonna go silent here and there, but it's for a good reason. So, second, Takshisan, dexterity, knowledge, charisma, no strength check, basically. Maybe every single other check. And we'll see what we can do. Did I do this already? I did. I think I took a bath already, so into... Probably just, yeah, into Kana. I kept thinking I have scissors, and I don't. So yeah, just give me about 20 seconds, and I will continue playing. Well, playing while I am speaking anyway, because yeah. Again, food things are happening, but I'm not going to do the disservice that is eating right in front of my microphone, so... because it's weird, again, since I live in the US, in my current time zone, it's technically like around the brunch period, so that's why it feels a little weird to do this. So, let me see here. Can almost get this. I don't know if I still... Yeah, because I get my attacks muddled. 80%? 64%? I think we have to go for it. Normally you want to prep attack, but Yumiko cannot do that immediately. So, the early game is basically using the Lucky Bat, and either you prep strong just to... if 6 damage is what you like, or you gamble for 8 damage. Now, that encounter is specific to Ath, but still... You can go for about a 90%, that's fine. Sometimes it's 70, sometimes it's 80. Depends on the power level of the enemy. So, yeah, this first run, maybe 2 runs, because I do have a lot on my plate, both literally and figuratively. So, yeah. But, I mean, as we wait for Kana and the eels, I mean, there's not really much else to say, so I might as well take this moment to do the stuff. Again, not really anything to talk about while I am waiting to basically level up. That's going to be the main turning point of this playthrough. The moment I level up, you're going to see Yumiko change from a less than mediocre character to, hey, this actually works out pretty good. The cherry on top, well, not the cherry on top, actually the meat of the steak, because that's more accurate in my opinion, is being able to get swing and hit. Swing and hit? I completely forgot. It's been a long time since I played Yumiko. Because again, Yumiko is currently not available in this version in from quick play rotation. You have to choose Yumiko yourself. But again, it's not like we can't guess what is going to happen. I'm I kind of stumbled over myself because I did not check my threat levels. I mean, from high to low for the forest isn't bad. But yeah, nails here is probably going to be a handcuff one. Yeah, it's going to be a handcuff, so... I would have liked to pass that. Didn't happen. And I will go quiet for another 20-30 seconds. Oh! It's the sound of my plateware. You know, if anyone can actually guess what I was eating just off that sound alone, I tip my hat off to you. It's not the most difficult thing, but... Hey, we'll do the handcuff, by the way, because that will save me some stamina. We get time skip, but 26% moving into our third... Or 26% do moving into our third mystery wit swing and hit. Don't mind if I do. And I'm pretty sure I get prep attack, prep attack? I think I do, right? Yeah, I barely get prep attack, because that just literally 3 time units, which works well enough. If we weren't on Harbinger, obviously we could prep attack immediately, but that, again, this is Harbinger, so my stats. But yes, this would be a kind of a more normal Yumiko run. I would even roll 2 or 3, re-roll my perks 2 or 3 times, because swing and hit is just the breadwinner of Yumiko's perks. And, yeah, that, again, not much else to say. You'll see if and when I fight a boss, if we have Arms boss here. Unfortunately, we can't fight Shiro-san, but we'll deal with any enemies we see. So, again, as shown here, we're gonna do 12 damage, yeah, 12 damage per turn, and that's pretty cool. We also have Flesh Regrowth, but let's ignore that for a moment for the sake of a more average one, more average run. Also, we have Kana with us as well, sure, but nice luck check, by the way. Lucky Bad increases your luck by 2, ooh, but yeah, it does make a difference. Oh my goodness, I'm hiccuping already. Good thing I got a drink beforehand. That's also a bit of why I'm a little bit more late. I could just grab funds here. I'm not going to do that. The baseball would actually help out, all things considered. I guess I could review that really quick before I take another bite of what I have in front of me. But the baseball is certainly an item that helps Yumiko out getting past the early game. We are in Timeline B. And if we were on the thing... Let me finish the baseball. So baseball, I mean, we can already prep attack, but you saw what I did without prep attack. We had to do something like this. And if I use the baseball right now, I pretty much can do this and get a 100% chance to hit. Now, we'd be taking a lot of stamina damage, but that's beside the point. The point is that the baseball is pretty cool. So, as I pretty much autopilot here, I'm going to mute and take bites. Because I need to finish what's on this plate. Again, I don't like wasting... I can tell a story about how I didn't like to waste food. I'll tell it after I, again, take a bite. It's here I realized I couldn't really take a good bite because I am still controlling the game right here. So, turns out, I mean, because I'm using my good hand, I'm right-handed. I'm using my right hand to control the mouse, and trying to use my left hand to maneuver the dinnerware in front of me is not going so well. So, anywho. So we do want to prep attack regardless. Without this would be a 3-turn encounter. With prep attack, this turns into a 2-turn encounter. So swing and hit is very, very important, very important for Yumiko, as it turns out. Although if you manage to get, say, a random itemized stat weapon with lower speed, that can work out. The main reason some people might wonder why I'm not mentioning something like, you know, the steak knife, the brick, the small candle, is because prep attack with those is like, it's 10 damage, it's more than what you'd normally get, but it's not anything... I'd usually want more, basically. 10 in certain encounters does not do well for you, especially as the mysteries scale on their HP and damage. But also keeping in mind we do have Kana here, so we'd be taking a lot more damage without Kana, but we'll deal with it. I could actually... Can I brace here? Question mark? I can't prep into anything, right? And it's only with weapon? I've forgotten a lot of Yumiko things. The next weapon attack, yeah, so that's... Unfortunately, we can't do. If I have some kind of action speed buff, that would be nice, but we could alternatively run away. Yeah, I'm gonna run away. And then we'll move on. Again, nothing to commentate over here. I am just... Can't fight this anyway, and I wouldn't even want to fight it. Or lead Shiro-san out, so, you know. I swear the moment I'm done with what I have on my plate, both literally and figuratively, I will be able to commentate more accurately, especially on Yumiko. But we didn't see another Yumiko perk yet, but when we see them, I promise you, I'll go over them. Now, that being said, I am going to fail every non-strength check in the lighthouse, so I have to prepare for that eventuality as well. Not running to out of funds would have helped, but I did what I did, and so I lost funds, got funds, and paid a lot for it. I probably might have to visit the History Club here as well. Basically, again, Kana helped a lot in this run, and so does technically having flesh regrowth as well. But really, Kana. And then getting swing and a hit early, I mean, as you've seen, really, really helps out in encounters. And then also some good luck with RNG here and there would help out in events, but aside from that, Yumiko, because Yumiko's overall stat spread is kind of low, this is quite a lot to make up for in Zictast, if and when we get it. I'll do this to go even. Funny enough, I don't think there's any... Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. And grab a pack of cigarettes. Now, if we got in a break, that would be nice, but we didn't get one, so I need to History Club, because otherwise... If we have a boss fight, I would not like to fight a boss fight. We're on Timeline A, but I didn't know that. So hey. And as you can see there, with bonus damage and swing and hit, you pretty much two-turn almost every single normal enemy. Certain bosses can also be immediately handcuffed as well, so that certainly helps out. Although we might actually die to the lighthouse, because I decided to trade a lot of Doom here and there. There are a couple of events where I should not have taken the Doom penalty, but I did. So we're gonna suffer for it. And I think if we do survive, it'll be because we have flesh regrowth. Theoretically speaking, I shouldn't die here, but maybe I will. I could have fought that I could have fought the Snoo monster in the forest and not run away. I could have not traded... I think I traded Doom for out of funds. It was all for the purpose of HP, but HP-wise, with flesh regrowth, we were perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't remember. I think we fought the Glitch Magician. Yeah, we fought the Glitch Magician first, because I complained about it. I want to say we fought the Gigolo right after, because we took Nail second. Nope, I'm wrong. Well, anywho. This is a run that I could have perfectly survived. I mean, we're going to do more runs, so really, I don't think we get bonus damage here, do we? I mean, with the nicotine, so something I did want to display and I mentioned earlier, using Nicotine Rush with Yumiko, at least with I think that's 6 strength, because 7 strength I think you already 6 strength you can already do attack prep strong, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do any better. 8, 6, 14. Yeah, no, I can't. I would have to go for a dodge. I mean, I guess for giggles we can. But the main thing I wanted to show off afterward would have been that and this. I mean, I know this is Embrace, but would be nice. We did dodge the attack. We're still dead here because we have too many floors to jump over, but... Oh, we don't even get out. Never mind. But anyway, yeah, that's Swing and Hit Yumiko. I wonder if we're going to get another one, because I'm about to do a Katak run next. But more than perfectly survivable. Now, I wouldn't argue that Yumiko... Because some people like Yumiko, some people don't, gameplay-wise. We'll go medical history for giggles. And then Katak. But... normally, for me, it's the slow burn of Yumiko, because getting hurt so early on... And not being... On Harbinger, anyway. This really only applies to Harbinger because of the stat decrease. With 5 strength, you would be perfectly able to prep attack. Even if that only did 8 damage, that's quite a lot of damage to do for most... Compared to most characters. Second Takshi. A second Mystery Takshi-san. Second Encounter, Dexterity, Strength, and Light Source. I mean, that run, again, no stakes here, so I can just... commentate on... what Yumiko can and can't do. And some of it applies to most characters as well, but while we're playing, if it applies to Yumiko, I might as well just say it out loud too, just in case. Also, I said illegal den here, you're not normally going to the hardware shop, because, again, rule of thumb, you set the hardware shop if you're a character that doesn't have a weapon, that uses weapons from the hardware shop, mainly strength, sometimes knowledge if you want to do heavy-duty plays, heavy-duty flashlight. Otherwise, you set a legal den so that you can prevent any ward shenanigans. Because if you have ward and you don't have a hospital pass, in my experience, that doesn't really go well. Now, we don't have ward here, but we do have Recluse, Festival, Ramen Flood footage. So, what do I want to do first? I do need to get rid of this. I think the hangover, not hangover, the concussion is knowledge, right? Which means, especially for Yumiko, you don't want to go into, not Flood, Recluse. Because of how Sever Scaling, we can talk about this for a moment, because it is important. Concussion, or any character that starts with 3 knowledge or less, because of how Sever damage, and normally you're severing, unless you're going to go for the Ghost Ritual on Recluse, which, in my opinion, I think is a death sentence, 90% of the time. So what else you have is probably either using funds for damage, but that doesn't usually break a threshold either. I mean, it's 22. I don't want to play with it. I guess I'll show you if and when I get there, but essentially, Sever damage partly depends on your knowledge, so you get an extra 1 damage per 4 knowledge, and if you don't have 4 or above knowledge, you don't get any bonus damage, which means you only get the benefits from your equipped weapon, or your fists, which is just as bad, because it's... The Sever damage starts at base of whatever your normal attack damage is. In this case, it would be 2. Sometimes it jumps to 3, but even then, at most you get 3 off of a character with 3 knowledge or below, and only being able to do 6 damage every turn against the roommate. Yeah, you can survive, but if you take wrong decisions in Recluse, or you're really unlucky, you just end up dying, so... Now that being said, that doesn't leave me with a lot of other options, because... Flood without swing and hit is also quite as bad, so we're going to take footage. Funny enough, because it's a long mystery, or it can be a long mystery, where you can grab a bunch of experience, and we need experience right now, we'll probably take Recluse next, because when Concussion falls off, Yumiko will have 4 knowledge again, and that's cool. Tell me the school is at max threat level. I'm remembering this correctly? I am. And then we visit the mansion twice and move on. Yeah, so after this, we take Flood. Again, this is my thought. This is the thought process behind me choosing... ignore that we have Ghostly Spear for a moment. That's just a great spell. Why I'm choosing the mysteries in the order I'm choosing them. Festival, I like to usually save for 4th. I'll take it 2nd if I really need healing. And we're in the Yumiko Conundrum again, where we can only do a prep attack, 3 boost attack. It's the best we can do. So hopefully we hit both of these non-guaranteed attacks. 85 into 85. About 72%-ish. I mean, probably a little more than that. But you get what I mean. You're taking risk early game. In some way, shape, or form. I mean, there could be a strat where you just go with a completely different weapon for Yumiko, but I've tried here and there. I've tried Occult Shop, and I tried the thing. Occult Shop mainly the small candle because it provides that extra escape doom efficiency. That didn't go well for me because 3 knowledge. Now, I don't remember exactly, and I rolled a 10 anyway, but we can afford to lose stamina. And then Monkey Wrench with 3 strength. Strength does work out, but you want to prep attack. Without that, you actually get less damage because you're usually gambling on 10, whereas if you get swing and hit, you can guarantee 12 with the Lucky Bat. So yeah, that's nice. Also, what's also nice is there are a few important luck checks like that dog check, which are luck, and the Lucky Bat increases your luck by 2. So hey. And that's how you can make your Paranoia Agent character. Anywho, but Yumiko specifically, yes, you start with Concussion, or any custom character that starts with Concussion or things that wear off after a mystery, suffer from the early game in general. Obviously, Yumiko to some extent. On average, it doesn't really matter because you're not normally using knowledge checks. It is nice because there are more than a few knowledge checks that affect your doom when you succeed and fail. But if you can't make use of them, you can't make use of them. And I happen to roll a 1, so STE counter activate. But, you know, I need to take a bite. Swing and hit, please. Swift, I might as well talk about this now. Dodge, again, I could be wrong. I feel 98% certain that Dodge's current success rate is 50%. Therefore, Swift Maneuver increases that by 10, but as in most games, this isn't just World of Horror, but most games, an extra, even up to 30%. 30% is kind of near the threshold. 20% you can argue, but 10% to 15% you usually don't feel it. I say, as there are 15% in gacha games, and you can feel those, but it's RNG regardless. Why would I take RNG? Like, again, I think my preferred... If I didn't say it already, or if I said something different, if I were to buff Swift Maneuver, just give us... Give us, like, 2 dexterity, actually. I'm shrugging in real life. Like, again, and this is partly me as a... Both, because I usually focus on game design as a developer, but as a developer, too, I normally don't like to include RNG traits or skills and things like that without adding something guaranteed, because otherwise, yeah, that can be a feature. That can be something you can use. I just don't prefer it because unless the odds are like 70 to 80%, and even then it's arguable, a lot of players don't use it, and I think it shows. If you look at most things in games that are RNG related up to 50%, if it's anything 50% or below, people just don't use it. It's that simple. You really have to add something, but that's because people add something in that case. Do I have anything? I do have fungal growth, that's right. I don't need to get rid of that. Actually, no, I have the thing. And in fact, I might even want to do this. So this strat I keep forgetting, it's not specific to Yumiko, but it would help out, is where you actually sacrifice a stuffed toy. Now, we're going to be doing... It's going to be a trade-off here, but essentially... After this encounter, assuming we survive, we should be able to survive. Yeah, we do 8 damage per turn. We take 6 reason damage, but we should be able to heal all that back. And what you get in return, I have yet to take a bite. I don't have a lot of food left, thankfully. But you get, in turn, you get the fleshy toy. And this specifically is used in Flood. I don't often use it because Doom is normally something I worry about. But if you are feeling confident or you've have a strat centered around it, I'm just going to equip it now. And essentially what that gives you is an extra reason padding, and mainly for Flood. So if you have Recluse and Flood, it's normally something that I would advise is a good decision to make. Because, again, Flood, the boss of Flood is mainly reason damage. So therefore having more max reason is good. And the reason why that's it, again, it all works out, is because in Flood, normally you're just resting anyway. And even if it costs like 1% Doom to rest, or scales even a bit more than that, you want to rest in Flood, because Any event you can run into between among the forest, village, and or school locations hurts you a lot more. So again, you're healing, you're avoiding doom, and the doom that you increase with Fleshy Toy is offset by you resting and not spending doom. You get what I mean? So essentially, you have more to work with, and there's less chance of there's more of a safety net to survive HP wise. Hello again. I'm here. The first half of the stream is definitely going to be more silent because yeah, I'm eating right now because I don't want to waste food. If anyone missed it, yeah, this stream exists for Yumiko because I didn't get to do a lot of Yumiko. So yeah, I'll go silent for 20-30 seconds to grab a bite, but I'll still be playing the game in the back. You'll be lurking, watching that on the side. Yeah, no problem. Again, I'm kind of being chill here anyway. This stream actually probably won't be as long. Because, yeah, I have things to do too. But I do want to get in a good at least 5 runs as Yumiko before we move on. Fungal growth plus Fleshy Toy sadness. But hey, 23% Doom moving into our 4th mystery is pretty cool. So yeah, I'll take more bites because nothing is happening here. Except for, yeah, again, swing and hit is very powerful, so... And then we throw the shovel as well, because that does extra damage. We are on medical history, but not much we can do here. In fact, we get out probably faster than most other characters. And from what you're seeing, it's becoming... those sports, the one who pours enough... I mean, that is... If you're talking about what I think you're talking about... Oh my goodness, I probably should have just braced here. But... Yeah, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about... That game, I mean, yes, it is. The resource management in that game is important too, despite the genre that it looks like. Oh, that's right. And then Yumiko got, I might as well go over this before I kind of take bites again. Haunting Dreams, regain extra reason for completing a mystery. Because reason seems to be so scarce, and if it is actually a scarce commodity in general for World of War base events and mysteries anyway, then Haunting Dreams is a very powerful perk. Until... we're in the stamina meta. I mean, that's just the simple way that I can say it. So, Festival Ramen. Funny enough, we might just take Ramen first. But, we'll take Festival instead. That way I get access to the town, in case I need access. Not doing anything to the match of buying the highest... having an all-star cast. I'm not going to pretend like I know as much about the game and at least the competitive scene of that. Competitive scene, right? Am I going crazy? If you're talking about what I think you're talking about. But I always respect anything, both competitive or anyone who has passion for the game and continues playing the game. Now, obviously, controversies and hot topics aside, I've seen a lot, basically. That's all I can really say. Because, yeah, I always respect the competitive scene, because anyone who puts a hand in that, it's not like I don't have sympathy when there are lows, but I do celebrate, or I do not appreciate, I can't think of the word right now. Nice whistle, me, but I do feel happy when people rise, basically, and succeed. And then are happy with that success after. It takes a lot to get into the scene and... stay on top of things like athleticism in real life, but it demands a different kind. Also, I would like to run here. This is, but we're in Kathak, so we don't get to run. I would Ghastly Spear here, but for the purposes of doing Yumiko things, do we get bonus damage, by the way? That would be nice. No, we do not. So instead, what we do is this, and hope. All things considered, I'm probably just going to be able to Desperate Struggle anyway, but... So this is... 14 damage, right? Yeah. Love seeing underdog teams growing big and fun to watch. And again, it goes the same way, too. Let's not forget... I mean, I'm not saying that anyone's wrong. I just like to I just like to look at, again, anyone who is the reigning champ or whatnot has a lot to work up to. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it. I don't know what exactly happens there, but a lot of behind-the-scenes research and strategy goes on. Or you could just go based on feeling alone. I mean, when you're on the spot, a lot of it is your feeling, but there is a lot of strategy. No matter what, I mean, not no matter, but more than like 75% of the time, you are using strategy to your strategy in some way. The team coming out, and they're winning, so other teams are now struggling to find a place. So that's part of the thing. That's kind of the, I guess, the franchise mode of real-life competitive esports in general. If and when certain games reach that point. Which has, again, every kind of structured event has its ups and downs. For example, fighting games, when you're setting up venues for tournaments here and there, whether it's a big event or even just a small regional event, no matter the country or residence, it can be a huge undertaking. And so when you're actually, I mean, yeah, obviously in certain esports scenes, you're looking at teams drafting players, hiring players, letting players go, and things like that. That is also part of the game. If and when a competitive scene reaches that point. And again, it's different for other genres of games, but normally it's within those three things. So either a franchise of sorts, which is where most shooters can go and have gone. Fighting games, which I mean, there are sponsors and things like that, but for the most part, you are sometimes also joining teams, obviously. And then you have other genres of games that I guess are more set up by the community, so more homebrewed, but eventually that can evolve into things as well. Again, I'm saying things kind of vague and randomly here, but you can really see, you can see these things in the scene, so hey. Yeah, kind of sketchy in your honest opinion. And yeah, I mean, again, we don't know. I don't know anyone personally in terms of that scene. And there's a lot that can be speculated, but again, what you see happening on the screen is what you're getting. So I probably just want to two-turn this, don't I? Yeah, I do. So let me take a bite and mute. Mute and take a bite. That's the correct order. Yeah, you're following a lot of esports scenes before that. You think it kind of sucks. There are a lot of players with huge potential getting oofed by the things happening behind it. Yeah, so again, I can't speak personally. It is also very stressful on all sides. Again, obviously anyone who is going to be facing such a team will likely... Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Obviously has the pressure of being, okay, what are we going to do? What's the lineup going to be? The people being recruited or anyone being laid off is dealing with actual real life stress and or pressure. If you're coming onto a team, there's pressure to do well. If you're coming off, it's deciding what you're going to do if you're going to go into another team. For anyone making those decisions, like obviously you have a lot of pressure in terms of the decisions you're making. It can be not good. I mean, again, even no matter how decisions are being made, there's a lot of stress, basically. Again, I don't really care about these checks for Yumiko. We also got swing and hit immediately, but the moment we don't, I mean, even if we had to reroll 3 or 4 times, we'd be at like 86% doom, so this run is really, it's a run. So moving on. Funny enough, they tried so many times to create all-star teams and failed epically. Again, I can't speak much on that, but I have seen, again, we've seen the controversies. I'll set a random backstory for giggles. We'll set random items also for giggles. And then we'll move on. I'm probably going to just stick to character-specific perks just to get more Yumiko thing, but after a certain point, I'm probably just going to move on. So, to all perks, maybe. So to that end, since I'm not going to be doing every single god, I'm definitely going to be doing Zektast and Azal, so I don't need to talk about them. So Goizo and Cthulhu are kind of similar, in my opinion. They do have their differences. Cthulhu has its events. Goizo has the resting problem, but I treat Goizo as not an easier form of Katak, but a flipped form of Katak. If you didn't hear me talk about it with, I think, in a Toshiaki video or a Toshiaki run, it's the flip side of... They're flip sides of each other. So Katak, you can't run, but you just fight everything, and that can or cannot be good. Or Goizo, you can't really rest. I mean, you can rest, but that Doom really shoots up on Harbinger, because on Harbinger, Doom doesn't decrease. You're taking more damage, so you want to rest more, but you can't because it costs 5 Doom. And then Old Gods save you if you get the... not contaminated water. The fetid fumes. 5 Doom for one stamina, 1 reason is basically you're running from encounters in Goizo because you don't want to get hurt anymore if events are already pounding you. Whereas Katak, obviously you can't run, save for pocket knife plays and special escape actions, but you take whatever damage happens in events, which is why I'm probably not going to be doing Goizo, so it's important to talk about this now. I could go over Yolgatek, but I'm deciding if I wanted which ones I want to do for sure. I want to put in Zektast and Azal after about 2 more runs. So to that end, I think I'm going to skip Herald. Herald is essentially play it as if you're playing with almost every, if not every, town effect. And to that end, Yumiko doesn't have as much of a problem. The ones that usually would cause problems are things like Blood Moon, contaminated water, and or fetid fumes. Time skip to some extent, but because Yumiko doesn't really need to rest once Yumiko gets swing and hit, then yeah, you can kind of ignore contaminated water and fetid fumes because you should be resting less, because that affects every character anyway. It affects Yumiko less because Yumiko usually would take less damage. Now, if you're unlucky, then everything goes downhill. Again, I think Yumiko has 2 extremes on that regard. You get swing and hit, and you're doing a lot better than most characters, or you don't, and your Doom or HP, your Doom is high, or your HP is low, because your Doom is high because they're likely re-rolling for swing and hit, like it's just that important of a perk. Or you don't get it, and you're only dealing like 8 damage, and then you are being affected by fetid fumes, contaminated water, Blood Moon, because you are not able to prep attack a lot until about your 2nd or 3rd mystery, which... oof. So, Zektast neck patch, want to see... Send is removed from the old go... Yeah, well... It's probably not going to happen, and we have 3 or at least 1 slot left, but... yeah, so that's the reason why I probably won't be doing Herald, so we'll move into a Yolgatek run. Fatalist Yolgatek, character-exclusive random item Yumiko, and as I go over, well, we'll do the Lighthouse because I'd like to... in case anyone joins either now or in the future, I like to go over the Lighthouse checks so that anyone who doesn't know or can or wants to learn can learn what these sigils are. So second encounter, Light, Takshisan, Knowledge, Strength, and Dexterity check, maybe, in that order. And then I eat. So I'll mute. Mute for about 20 seconds. Theoretically speaking, for Yumiko, again, Yumiko has less problems if you have swing and hit. Because even if this is like Metamorphosis and or Flood, and we end up taking it last, when you have Swing and Hit, again, you're experiencing less problems. Now, you might get hits 2 turns still, but a lot of the time, especially if a mystery is your last, you'll have other countermeasures against bosses, against bad events, things of that sort. But instead, I see this is painting and this is arms. So this is we can avoid this boss. Arms I might take first, but I guess we'll roll the dice because we're hitting the, what is it called? The Monty Hall door problem. So we know that these two are, we have one boss or maybe boss mystery, and we have a non-boss mystery, meaning I should take these 3 first, or at least 2 of these before arms, because it's more likely for me to run into a boss because I know these 2 are not boss mysteries. Does that make any sense? Am I doing that right? Anywho. This is going to the middle. We're in Ward. So maybe I should have gone to arms first so I can get the hospital pass, but we can avoid this boss as well, so it's not so bad. Now, what's going to be bad is that we have to do all of these hospital and downtown events, but the other side of Yumiko that is kind of more general information or general ups and downs, but you start with a weapon at least, so you are dealing. You are usually a lot better than most characters. That being said, though, a lot of hospital encounters are bad anyway, in my opinion, so that's why I don't. I mean, it's less important, but it's still also important. So sewing kit for 1 fun to stave off out of funds, that pretty much gives its worth without the charisma decrease. The reason I say that is because I'm pretty sure out of funds removes 3, right? And even if it doesn't, losing a stat in charisma does have an effect as well. Now, obviously, if you roll 12s like I do, as often as I do, it matters a bit less. Your stats matter a bit less, but sometimes it does. This will take one of the few ones, never mind, we have 3 knowledge, that's right. Do I want to run? I don't want to run. I think I have to, though. I could drink this bottle of water and throw it. If I were on Herald, and this is another thing, this is a small kind of Herald thing to think about. It might be overthinking things, but essentially, if you think you're going to get contaminated water soon, you throw the empty bottle to get out of this encounter quicker. In this very specific situation, but it's also doing all damage, so that's why I just want to run. That task no longer exists, it never exists. That's Cthulhu, when Cthulhu dooms you out. So, if I have coma, sure, I guess, but I guess we'll just do that for now. And then we're also probably going to run from this, because we'll die otherwise, so yeah, 4 stamina and only doing about 8 damage. Now, we do need swing and hit at some point, but it's not going to be now, I guess. So, away we go. Funny enough, I'm going to go into painting. We might have a boss mystery left, but let me just grab a light source while I'm here. I'm just going to make a long prediction call that I'm going to be visiting places that require some light sources, which would be nice. If not, I'm just here in painting now, and I should have taken the 2 unknown mysteries first. So I'm going to mute as I autopilot through this mystery. I would like to run from this encounter, but I can't run from that many. Now, that being said, again, as I said, before you get swing and hit, it's really, really bad with Yumiko. And we have Blood Moon now, so this is even less likely. On top of that, this is a vampire encounter, so if I do 8 damage here, so I perfectly 3-turn it, but if the Pillar Vampire ever drains 1 point of HP, then it's a 4-turn encounter, which is why I'm probably just going to run here again. And yeah, we're suffering. We're suffering a lot. This is not a run that looks very likely for me to succeed in. Now, funny enough, because we're on Yogatag, right, we get to dodge a lot of Yogatag penalties from locations. But that's not really a Yumiko thing, more than it is just a Yogatag thing, which is why I'm not going to comment any more on it. Now, small candle would be nice. In fact, I should just equip it, because I'm probably not going to fight anything. The only thing I would fight in the mansion is the animated head, and thank goodness I did equip the small candle, because we ran into Rumu Ghost. And we'll re-equip things while we're here, because we're probably not going to fight anything else. So yeah. Basically, the odds were good that I was going to run into an encounter I was going to run from. And now we sit here and hope we get swing and hit, which we do. So we'll do that, increase our strength by 1, and move on. Just to let you know, when we enter Zektas, Zektas is going to be a very bad god here, but I got Coma and Ward. Are you serious? Well, thank goodness the hospital was at the very beginning of the run at no threat level. Now it's at low, but hey, and then we had arms, right? But downtown, well, downtown is high. Yeah, I guess we'll do downtown. Funny enough. And another funny thing is that we have all of this. That's right, random item stats. We have all of this HP, and we're actually missing Doom. So in the interest of not out of funding myself into pain, we're going to do that. But then we're also going to visit the monument, because we do need to trade some Doom here. So basically, any HP I'm losing here is essentially the HP I would have lost in those encounters. Minus, obviously, the experience that I could have gotten, but hey, I actually want to trade stamina. If it asks for anything else, 3 uses is not so bad, but it did ask for stamina, so we're going to move on with life. Yeah, now that we have swing in the hit, the run is going to start turning around, but is it too late to turn around? We'll find out. I'm still hungry, though, so after this stream, I'm still going to be eating. So 2 stamina here. No, never mind, it's not, because whoopsie-doopsie. Random item stats really does affect your starting item. Why did I never notice that? Anywho. This means we need more strength. We do get to 2-turn this if we hit both of these attacks. Blood Moon is going to affect us here, but we can do this and get out. Actually, if that was the case, I should have just... No, I needed 10 damage. It was 10 damage. Because prep attack with attack is 10. Also, I don't have enough funds here, so we're going to trade Reason. And move on with life. Yogatag gets furious, but I don't want to do anything. Bon appetit. Zai! I've been hearing a lot of that dude because of a certain fighting game that came out recently. Among other things that I'm hearing yelled out of other different games, but hey. We'll trade Doom for a Reason here. Because we're going to be taking Reason damage at the end of this, there's no way I'm fighting the boss here. It's not happening. Now, we have 8 luck. Good. You do lose stamina, but decreasing Doom is just as important. That's pretty much a monument use. That's the idea of flowing in my brain. I would also appreciate Morbid Inspiration, but hey. And I think whatever was before the Rumu Ghost was my second encounter. I completely... Because I fought Body Horror... No, it was Friend. The Friend was my second encounter. Because I took Ward first due to shenanigans. Now we're in Bulletin. I thought it was going to be a boss encounter. It was not. But that's fine. Forest Village. And we have a lot of hot garbage to go through. So hopefully we don't die. To anything. So yeah, let's find out. If nothing else, I might do a Zektast and an Azal run. I'll get those out of the way. Yeah, I'll get those runs out of the way after this run. Because of things. But yeah, as you've seen, Yumiko without swing and hit on Harbinger is not great. And I rolled a 12 there, so that's even worse. Yep, this is my life. Why did I take that check? No, it's because I really didn't want to increase my doom, but I knew better. You know, I knew better is a phrase I've also been repeating to myself over the past, well, ever around when I play World of Horror, because like after the stream, our World of Horror stream last week, before when I'm thinking about World of Horror in real life, I just go, why do I even try? Why do I even risk it? And it's because maybe my luck will turn around. Hey, guess what? It doesn't. So apparently random item stats does affect Yumiko. Let's just do one more to find out, although we're doing a Zektas run, so this is going to be completely horrible. Zektas Fatalist again, character exclusive random item Yumiko. What? Anywho. I mean, sometimes the fluctuation does not happen, but as we have a knowledge check, a charisma check, a second encounter check, light, strength, and Takshisan, maybe. We will move on, and hopefully I can actually buy a hospital pass if we have ward, because boy, you know what would also be great if my thingy over here did not show a frozen stream in front of my very eyes. But I'll fix it. So without further ado, so Zektas Yumiko, you start off with all of your stats are pretty much at 4, so you have 5 ZST to make up for, which means you need to level up, well, not 5 times, but you do need to level up and get lucky. Otherwise, you need a Zektas event. But I also want swing and hit, so it's not like I can take the general perks like art knowledge, folklore studies, or folklore knowledge, whatever the heck it's called, and so on and so forth. So we have ramen nails. Let's take anything else, because we might have another boss. This is Recluse, so actually we might just end up dying here. She was fine on your end? Yeah. I just saw something happening, so I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. What's not going to be okay is my thing here, but let's see what if we roll. Well, 7, I mean, yeah, maybe Aiko could have passed that, but all I'm asking for is for it to roll more 6s and 5s. I would just like that. Now, we are going to take 9 reason damage tops. So we need to avoid losing more reason, because otherwise we will die, because we only do 6 damage per sever. Funds notwithstanding. And unfortunately enough, you don't get a reason boost before if you sacrifice the toy. I didn't even grab the toy, so pain. So how much do we get? 4 damage? This must scale off my knowledge as well, because there's no way we get 4 damage on that hard garbage. A 105 time unit action that uses up 1 funds and deals arguably less than a sever, because why? I don't know why offering is 105 time units. Don't ask me. I guess the thought is you can dodge and or brace, but you can't even do that either reliably. Even if you had, well, probably if you are on non-harbinger difficulty, but still, it's a big ask. So we're just gonna sever twice, 4 times, and lose 9 reason. Because we can't even fit in a 2 stamina for 1 reason. I don't remember which action it is, but we can't trade 2 stamina for 1 reason. We can't even brace, so hey. The good news is my doom management is still going to be low, especially with Recluse. The bad news is that took off a lot of my reason, and our stats are still an issue. We do get Kana with us, but at what cost? Well, we'll find out. So, we'll get the most expensive one, although I would like a pack of cigarettes. If we can't get one, we can't. We do have nails. Village, school. We'll set the police patrols to the school for now. And then see. For knowledge. Are we gonna roll? Okay, fine. Roll a 7 too. Never mind. Are you like, I don't know why. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this to me. Actually, I should, because I have more doom than anything else. But still. For charisma, heal reason. I mean, that was a fair charisma check, but still. There are only so many high numbers I can roll. This doesn't kill me, right? It might, actually. So we have to do that. I would have liked to lower my Doom. We didn't get to do that. I'm going to take the risk here because I really don't want to rest like this. And thankfully, we don't have to. The unfortunate part is that we have to do things. %, for 8 damage. And we don't even get anything from it. But I don't want to run either. We can eventually Desperate Action. The question is what we lose in the process. So, need to hit 64%. And then we Desperate Prep Strong. Our way out. Now, very unfortunately, our stats are going to decrease. So basically, really hoping for Zectast events, but we're gonna level up soon. I could hold on the level, but we need Swing and Hit as well. Because I at least want to do 8 damage per turn reliably with Prep Strong. And this is not gonna help with that, so 80% again. Didn't get it. I guess we have to throw the baseball bat into Desperate Prep Strong. I'm pretty sure it does 4 damage. Baseball bat throw. Yeah, it does, so. Yeah, -3 reason, 5 Doom for that last event that when you listen to the guys, so. Yeah, I didn't really want to do that. This, however, we're going to do it. We should get the Restless bonus. And we'll survive. But yeah, I feel like you're right. It's 3 Doom, 5 or 3 reason decrease, 5 Doom decrease. I can't remember if it's affected by the stamina reason penalty, but obviously Apartments is usually not affected because I think it always begins at like no threat level, right? Because I don't have any recollection of it ever being at a high threat level or max threat level to start. But anywho. So, for better or worse, I do have to put a point into things, and we didn't get Swing and Hit, so we're gonna do this. But we need more. And I don't know if I'm gonna get it. So, we're just gonna get the mysteries out of the way. Even though we have Nails, if this is Metamorphosis, it's a better pick. We're in Household Hell, so never mind. I made the wrong choice, but you know. I don't think Apartment gets affected, or when it does, it's never important. Yeah, because its threat level can increase with threat level events. I think the general base threat level event increases it, and that's really only it. Obviously, you can put in... Well, actually, can you increase threat levels with custom events? I don't think you can. Anywho, we pray to heal Reason. We do really need Swing and Hit, though, and thank goodness we took Quick Thinking. We also got a Zectast event that increased our perception. No! No! I'm waiting here just in case, because I saw, so give me about 30 seconds, so just in case everything's okay. Everything seems to be okay now, but it wasn't back then. I'm gonna hit this just to hit it. But yeah, I should be back here. Back now, because I see myself being back, so hey. Funny enough, OBS is not reporting any dropped frames, which means it was literally just a hiccup in the system. And my internet did not die anywhere else, so... I mean, it seemed to have just been the thing. Also, nice that I'm only losing -1 all. I guess we will use Mind Drain. I can use it twice. Does that get me anything? It gets me this. I'm just gonna do this to guarantee the 2-turn. Yeah, we good? Okay, good. Just making sure. I mean, I felt confident, but it always feels nice to get reassurance because obviously having a second opinion from someone who's not living around me is probably a good way to tell. Personal things aside, because some people can still have problems. But hey, anywho. So we lost Bath. We're pretty far, and yeah, we're at 25%. This is really good if we weren't on Zectas. And because we are, we'll be able to level up. That's why I took Nails now. Although I'll probably need to get a bit more done if I want to one-tap the boss and then handcuff. But we'll see. 3 knowledge, leave it for later. Oh, that hurts my stamina, but I have to. Now, alternatively, I could rest a whole bunch, and I probably should. Well, let's find out. So, in another theoretical way, the main reason why I keep saying characters have this much ZST is because you want 5 in every stat at least so that you can use more Doom than 84%. Because otherwise, if you have less than that, then your Doom threshold to survive decreases. Because obviously, the moment your stat hits 0, Doom shoots up to 100%. Which is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take Knowledge. We want Charisma. We should be able to hit it, but unfortunately, this affects my thingy. We also luckily rolled an ally. Maria isn't the best, but we can send Maria at an encounter, and I think I'm gonna rest actually. Twice. And then move on. So we're gonna lose another point in strength, but that's fine. Because as long as we're on this, as long as our Doom management is this good, then I shouldn't need to worry about the end. Although leveling up will allow me again to use all of the Doom that I have. Now I could not fight this. The steak knife is nice, but not taking damage is nicer, in my opinion. Even if I don't get experience in that instance, but hey. And I should be able to just do 2 of these and get out with handcuffs. We get close. I'm just gonna guarantee it, so I'm gonna do that first. Do we? No, if we do 9 HP, I should be able to do this. Yeah, we can. Good. Save anything I can get, and yeah, I could have thrown Maria at someone, but that was a 2-turn without needing to do get any other damage from anywhere else. So into Ramen I go. And yeah, we should be perfectly fine. Especially if we level up, and we should be able to level up, I will be able to increase my charisma, and then we perfectly survive. But if we didn't have swing and hit, this run would have gone downhill. I could trade funds and grab a pack of cigarettes. I think that might actually... Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. That might make it so that I can't level up, but I promise you this is more important. So effectively, we are at about 66% Doom, because once we hit 84% Doom, never mind, we're going to die even quicker than that, because I just happened to get the one curse that could get me killed a lot earlier. But maybe we clutch this out. Maybe we clutch this out. I might actually have to try and grab... No, we can't. We can't. We can't. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten greedy for cigarettes. We do get to prep attack. If we get bonus damage, this is great. But if we don't get it, we need to just do this. So, that is 10, and this is 14 in total. Maria's helping us out here, but I need to not die to Doom now, and I'm probably about to die to Doom. So, if we reach that in the mystery, we'll get to level up and increase our charisma. If we get leadership, we survive no matter what. And yeah, it'd be great. So we do get leadership, and yeah, we should be able to survive no matter what now. So, without further ado, even if we have Takshi-san, we should be perfectly fine. But maybe not. Maybe something really weird will happen. But just to calculate, so obviously we don't have 8 in any stat, which is what you need to succeed the checks. 3 stamina, 6 stamina, 5 reason. So we rest 5 times, or 4 times. No, 5 times. And we should be good to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We lose 1 in every stat. We move onward. We can Mind Drain Takshisan, but we shouldn't need to. And yeah, I think I'll call it after the next run, which is going to be an Azal run. That being said, I completely forgot, so I think I went into Recluse first, right? So it was Roommate and then Apartment Stalker? Yeah. Just to train my brain a bit. And then we will do the rest of this. But yeah, without Swing and Hit, I would have died. You really need Swing. If there's one takeaway from this entire stream, it's that Swing and Hit is probably the best and or most important thing to Yumiko's gameplay. On Harbinger, anyway. I need to keep adding that asterisk because, well, when you're not on Harbinger, you can prep attack, and that's pretty cool. But we're going to enter Azal, and now we're going to deal with Doom. So Azal, 7th Curse, character exclusive, random item, Yumiko. Let's see if this changes. No, it does not. So why did it change? I feel like it was because of some inventory shenanigans where it happened to randomize when I put it in. Because in that one run, I had a Lucky Bat with 80 speed. Never mind, it changed to 85 speed. So it just changes when you start your run. Okay, good to know. This is actually bad. Now I should have used a different weapon. But we'll see. I should have actually also used the library notes earlier, but that's fine too. And now we find out what we do. Basically brick. We want to go and try grab a brick and see if that works out. But we have Vigil, Painting, Mermaids, Ward, and Akamanto. I would like a guaranteed weapon, so I'm probably gonna take Vigil, then Akamanto, because I want the Hospital Pass for Ward. And I want to save funds to get stuff. And we have Void as a spell, but we shouldn't need to use it. So what it's actually going to do is refund my reason. As I sneeze. Dexterity 4, go. Nope. But yeah, if we need to use the Lucky Bat, we will. Otherwise, we're holding out for a hero, basically. And the hero is called the Meat Cleaver, possibly. But the Meat Cleaver should be better than this Lucky Bat here, is what I'm trying to say. Bow, bow, clap, bow. And Yumiko away. The good thing about being Yumiko, though, is that you actually don't rely on a lot more than you think. Or you actually get a lot more than you think, because while you could say, well, don't the rules affect most characters generally anyway? The answer to that is somewhat yes, but because Yumiko starts with a weapon, that also means you don't have to worry about holding on to as many funds to get things that you want. I know usually you're doing shopping at the very beginning of the run, but there are times when you're sitting there and then you might grab a bunch of items in your inventory, whereas Yumiko, you can just pretty much play with the Lucky Bat and be on your merry little way. But again, it's a small advantage overall. Because, again, in a random item stat run, you could have a Lucky Bat that does 3 damage and 85 speed. And if you were really unlucky, any free weapons you could get could roll badly as well, which puts you at a disadvantage. But it puts most characters at a disadvantage anyway. Obviously, there are characters that you ignore that. Haru, technically, because you can just use his fists. Obviously, Ayaka, when you stack curses. Toshiaki's Toshiaki, and more specifically, Doom stays low for him. And then Aiko makes every weapon faster, so even if a weapon becomes a bit slower, as long as it's dealing at least 4 damage in some way, shape, or form, you can get your 8 damage and be on your merry little way. Now here, unfortunately, we don't get as much. But if we hit this 65%... Wait, can we do that? 85, 95. Nope, 85, 75. We'll go for it. 50-50 coin flip! Yeah! That way we can immediately prep our Desperate Prep Strong? Yeah. And then move on with life. But I promise you it's better than Lucky Bat, because, man, dealing 3 damage and being slower, turns out the weapon becomes a lot worse. No dog shop, no one cares. I was gonna say something that was more related and actually matters more for... What am I trying to say? The Azal rules and Yumiko. But again, it all usually just goes back to having a weapon to start off with. 10 frankly, every experience, but fine. Now, funny enough, we can now just treat this as a pseudo knight errant run with fluctuating doom. But that depends on my ending experience, right? Which might be high. But we have Akamanto as well, so we can worry a lot less. We might actually even be able to level up before the end here, but we'll see, because I forgot the order of events. Also, I didn't check my threat levels, so whoopsie-doopsie. Hopefully I put it in a good place. I mean, any use of the police station is going to grant you benefits, but obviously you get the least from... Because you can't set police patrols to a location that has a low, no threat level, it automatically grays them out. Anywho. I would like to hit a 65%. I think, is 65? 85, 75. Yeah, I think 65 is still better here. So we're going to go for this. And then we do this. Actually, I didn't even know. If I didn't get bonus damage, I think we would have been in trouble. But hey, it's fine. Actually, no, because I had the lucky bat that I was planning to throw. That's new and that's bad. So random item stats are affecting starting items. It seems to. Unless it's only for the lucky bat. Again, a lot of things I need to remember about this game. Also, what I also should have done was... Okay, so we have an investigation or two left, but I should still rest now. I know we're on Azal, but I promise you we need all of this stamina. And again, we're on Akamanto, so if we somehow eat 9 Doom here, well, so be it. As long as I don't lose too much stamina. Now I am dropping frames, by the way. I think we can actually fight this. This gives us a lot of... Yeah, this will give us a lot of experience. Because the thing about... Yeah, if we defeat Akamanto, what's going to happen is that I won't be able to level up before Akamanto. I think I can, actually. But just to be safe, I'm going to do this. So we're going to lose 2 reason here, but that's fine. Again, the most important thing is that we level up before the end. So that corpse dust will sit on for the moment. That's absolute garbage. And wait, we're looking for a swing and hit. So we're actually going to re-roll once or twice here. We're going to roll 3 times. Okay, now I'm just curious. Now I'm just really curious. Now I'm really, really curious. Okay, now I'm just going to die here. I'll do one more run. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is why I don't re-roll perks. Obviously, feel free to re-roll perks when you feel like it, but I'm shaking my head in real life as I lament my own RNG. What are the odds of that happening, by the way? I feel like it's less than 20%. But anywho. So we're probably likely to die, is what I'm trying to say. I must have re-rolled at least like 6 times, right? Anywho. So we're going to take this 3 damage to the face. 3 all damage. And it doesn't matter what happens because I'm just going to Desperate Prep Strong into handcuffs. So... yeah, this is really painful. We'll equip the Crestfallen Mask, but unless we have Flood and Scissors waiting for us, and I'm pretty sure we don't, we're probably dead, but we'll play this one out. I'll still do another run because that was absolute BS. I'm just going to say it straight up. So, we have the Hospital Pass. We'll enter Ward, 1 for each curse. Because with the experience rule, your Doom is definitely going to increase. Which then brings up the question, why didn't... We're not even going to use this encounter much. We can use this, though. But I promise you that... No, I was going to say something else. I forgot. Moving on. Unless I remember. Or someone asked me to clarify on what I forgot. But yeah... If I wasn't already talking about it, the chance of not rolling a single perk out of, I think, at least 8 perks. So there are 3 slots, and obviously the chances diminish as 1 slot is chosen, or improve as each slot is used up. So 8, let's assume 12% chance to roll, basically swing and hit, but 1 perk. Let's just say it straight up. So, a 12% chance to get a perk. Hold on. Oh, my face is itchy. So yeah, a 12% chance, so that's 88% chance that you don't get it. And then as that diminishes, let's just say like 12, 15, and then 18% chance to roll, swing, and hit. I think it's more than that, actually. Yeah, it's actually more than that. I'm going crazy. I don't think I'm actually going to one-shot this boss here, because we need to not spend Doom. If I survive this, I won't do another run. But if I Doom out, then I'm going to do another run. But let me see here. So 12, 25, 37, let's assume, I think, are the calculations I'm working with. I want to pull up a calculator, but I'm doing stuff. So I thought I was loading. That's why I was going to pull up the calculator. That... Really? Well, we're going to take the big risk. I could throw something here, but I need it all for the friend. So 65 into 65. But while we're doing that... Nope, we died. And then 62.5... Oop, yeah, 62.5. So the chance of not getting swing and hit and the level up is about 40%. Again, I might not have done my math right, but it's 40%. So that means in one... If you... seeing the... Rerolling your perks... Or seeing the first 3 perks, there's a, as I just said, I think 41? This says 41? Yeah, 41% chance to not see a perk that you want. And we'll do random items. You know what? While we're here, now I'm just interested, because this adds in a bunch of a lot of complexity, but some complexity. I will take a look as every screen I'll take a look and see where it changes. I'll continue doing the math later. Let me just do this. Light check, second encounter, dexterity, knowledge, Takushi-san, and maybe a strength check, which would be nice for Yumiko. I don't think I'm going to get 8. Well, we'll see. We set this to legal den, and it should be here, right? 475, 65, 473, 60. So when you hit this screen for the first time is when your stats changed. Now, thankfully, it stayed around. Funny enough, this little 2 speed difference doesn't actually... Unless we're working with strongs. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, when you hit the home screen, I guess that's when it randomizes everything. But that's funny, because I swear like the scalpel is never... Anywho. Scalpel doesn't change is what I want to say. Botanist, Recluse, Akamanto, Coma, Flood. I guess we're taking Akamanto. Oh my goodness. Akamanto first? I guess we will. 2 for each ally. We don't have any allies, so... Bloop. But I want to level up before this. So funny enough, give me the Toilet Ghost, please. And I will... No, actually, we don't want Toilet Ghost. I forgot my things. Hold on. Or maxed out level. Or, man, my mysteries. My mysteries. It was 3 boss fights, I think. Yeah, it was like Flood, Akamanto, and something else. I forgot. Well, I guess we are setting the things to the school. Or the police patrol to the school. And as long as we don't get the experience rule early, we don't have to deal with any weird shenanigans. No, it wasn't the school? Where am I going then? I'm going to send it to the mansion because that's where I know. But where was it? Oh, downtown. Well, whoops. No, funny enough, I'm going to switch that. So we're spending Doom there, but hey. So yeah, let me continue. So 40% chance of not getting... Why am I going crazy here? Also, I just accidentally ran into this, but we'll trade Fondest Memory because we're in Akamanto. And stamina is a worry here. Oh my goodness, I think my brain is starting to fry out, so I do need to expend what I have left carefully on this run, so I don't die early. Yeah, 41 or 40% chance of not seeing a perk you want. And if we re-roll 5 times... That is... I don't think we have to flip it again. Why am I going crazy here? I'm going absolutely crazy. I think you just multiply by itself, right? Yeah, 40%. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, well, yeah, a 1.1% chance of not seeing swing and hit. I want that to sink in, because unless I'm wrong... Anywho. Well, I would like to do something here. I think I can do this. Yeah. No, if we miss, but we save stamina here anyway. Because I can Desperate, Prep, Strong? Yeah. For 12 damage. And then right after this stream, I need to focus on maybe rebirthing myself, but first I have to eat, because... food. But anywho. Yeah, we don't get much here. Actually, funny enough, I do brace here, again. But we have to hit 90% again, so 81% so far on my risk management. But right after that, we should be able to handcuff and be perfectly fine. If I can do it correctly. Good. 0% Doom because no allies. We do have the 6th floor. I want to say Akamoto is my second mystery. Am I going crazy there? I just went through 2 runs in quick succession. That's why I'm tripping myself up. Anywho, we're just going to assume Akamoto was my second. We don't have concussion anymore, so we can kind of go for this, but... Recluse into Flood? Oh my goodness. Do I have any outs? No. I need some good luck, I think. I could take Recluse later. It's such a bad decision, though. We need to level up, otherwise we need to do something amazing. So I guess I'm just going to drink this bottle of water now and take Recluse. The main reason, and we got the experience rule, but the main reason why I'm not taking Flood first is because what happens when you take Flood into Recluse is that you lose more reason. Now, obviously, again, like I said, you don't have to take Recluse right after Flood, but that means you're fighting a 4-reason enemy in this situation as your 4th, 5th mystery. Unless you get, like, Mind Drain or something, but you know what I mean. Actually, I should have eaten that because... well, as long as I can still trade for... is that still going to be enough? I don't know if that's going to be enough still. I guess we're going to find out. Theoretically speaking, because of how low my Doom is, I could throw the Crestfallen Mask and the empty bottle. But we'll see if that actually makes a difference. And funny enough, I do want the fleshy toy here. Let's find out what happens here. Yeah, my Doom is gonna shoot up through the roof because I have like 86% experience and I won't be able to level up in time. I'm pretty sure. If I don't just end up straight up dying. But anywho. So what do we do? I guess we go for a dodge. I don't want to throw the mask. I may have to. Because dodging is not a great second decision. We'll throw the mask as much as it matters. Okay, we do get out. The question afterward is, do I get to level up before I take this penalty damage? I think the answer is yes here. I should heal Reason here. I'm gonna try and save on Doom. So that way we don't lose any Doom, because it rounds down. I think it rounds down. So yeah. Now, unfortunately, we are going to be taking Doom damage eventually, but not quite yet. So, into Flood I go. So 1 for each spell. We don't have any spells, no allies, just a lot of experience to lose stuff. Thankfully, no fund rule yet. F-U-N-D fund. And with the power of swing and hit, we are now somewhat mightier, a lot mightier as Yumiko, but not as good as we could be. But we're not Omega. I wouldn't say Omega Yumiko or Alpha Yumiko, but hey. Hey. Theologist in the village. But let's rest once first. And yeah, we're going to be taking upwards of like 8% more Doom, but hey, we're in Flood, so we're in Flood. That wine bottle will help, but as my experience increases, so does my Doom. So does my Doom. Unless I fight something into... okay, maybe we do want to fight this. Because we need to avoid the experience. Basically, if I manage my experience well here, I'll come out with more HP later on. Because we're going to defeat the boss, and then we're going to... No, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. No! I mean, yeah, you don't lose a lot of experience in... Or you don't lose a lot of Doom, or your Doom doesn't increase a lot in Flood anyway, but it's also that compounded on top of me throwing the Crestfallen Mask, but I had to, otherwise I die. I could have gone for a dodge play, but I don't believe in that, so... Yeah. We also need to drink the wine bottle as late as possible, because any hit to our stats is going to make it so that we can't prep attack, and that's a lot of damage to lose. Here, though... What can I do here? I think if I brace and then kick, next turn I can drink the wine bottle, throw the empty bottle, and then stick with my prep attack, action, question mark, and be perfectly fine. Again, we are going to lose upwards of 8% Doom, I want to say. Sorry, the full 90%. So you know what? After the... Was it the first mystery? We didn't lose any Doom, so you know what? Let's just average out the Doom for now. That's basically what we're looking at. But I will level up so we can get rid of that hot garbage. And away we go. Although, that being said, 36% Doom on our fourth mystery is not bad. But we're about to take Botanist, so even more. No curses yet, and even if we did, we could use a stuffed toy. So we'll work with what we've got. Hello, Miku. For all, I could just run. I'm probably just gonna run. For all, it's not. We run for 5 Doom. Yeah, we don't get any experience, but hey. Our Doom is probably going to increase by like 5. I want to say 4 for lucky, but we'll see. So funny enough, we do want to not succeed as many events here, but that will depend. That will depend. Unfortunately, we went to Frostbite Land, and now we have no access to the hospital, but I'm shrugging in real life as I say, rip my prep attack, I guess. What a time to be alive! Again, 5 strength is that threshold that you really want as Yumiko, and again, I think because it's not 72 speed and it's 73, I'm just out of range of being able to prep attack. Unless I had gotten, say, you know, Nicotine Rush buff. But you know. 8. Yeah, I don't think I can do much. I can brace kick here and hope. Because then what that allows me to do is I should be able to do just this. Because we only need 16. Roll on 98%. Save me if I do nothing else. Also, we got bonus damage, so never mind. I didn't need to brace. But I forgot. And as I said, we're going to lose about 5 Doom here because Shiro-san got his XP nerfed. Because, you know, getting experience here is normally a good thing in the past updates, but now that you don't, funny enough, that saves me on Doom here. So, 5 Doom for my trouble. Plus the extra Botanist Doom, but we should be okay. I did forget my second encounter, but we should still be okay. 2 for each funds, where we're about to spend pretty much all of it grabbing stuff. So we'll smoke this pack of cigarettes now. If we run into the thingy with... If we run into Takashi-san with nicotine withdrawal, that's what the stuffed toy is for. But we do want to get rid of this frostbite. And then we want to move on. There's also no... I mean, I could fight the bosses, Yumiko. You know what? In the interest of seeing what Yumiko can do, let's do this, shall we? Now, that is going to add more Doom to my run, because beating the boss here will grant me experience, but I don't even remember how much experience this boss gives you. If I could even survive it, but we'll see. This gives me extra experience. I might actually want it, so we're going to take it. Haunting Dreams, but we need stamina recovery at the moment, so we'll do that. We'll trade Doom for Reason here. We might still... We have painkillers as well. Oh, hey, it's the event I almost never get most of the time. I'm just going to actually start recording on OBS because I often don't actually get this event. But anywho, that's enough of that. And I'll move on. But I think we can actually fight this boss. Wow! Wow! Where has Smoke Break been all this time? 2 in a row? That was back-to-back, by the way. That was literally back-to-back. Why did I ever stop recording? I thought I was only going to get it once. What do you mean? What do you mean? And since it's a general event, I'm pretty sure that the HP penalties don't affect you there. But anywho, what a time to be alive. What a time to lose stamina. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to take a curse here. And then we're going to take another curse here. Yeah, this increases my Doom too. But at the same time, 1, we have the stuffed toy. And 2, theoretically speaking, the curses that I'm taking here... Actually, Mind Wipe gives me back experience. So you know what? We want Mind Wipe to stay. Bug or... What do you mean I've got Smoke Break 3 times in a row? What is going on here? What do you mean? Whoa, you can't... What is going on? Hey! Hey, also we have nicotine withdrawal now, but... Actually, I need to get rid of nicotine withdrawal, so let's do that. Anywho. Hold on, let me just do something here. I'm going to do this, because I want to, and that feels cool. But anywho, let's enter this and fight this, and if we die, I mean... all the smoke breaks in the world can't save me. So, minus for all, 12, 42 HP, and a lot of hoping. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I do need to brace at some point, though. Will it matter? Let's find out. I'm pretty sure I might die here. So, this is 10, 18. If I throw the lucky bat, maybe? Question mark? Yeah. Now, if I have Takshi-san... I missed! No! Why? You gave me 3 smoke breaks, game, and you decided to not give me that attack? Come on. Come on! What were my odds to hit, by the way? Anywho, I mean, I guess that's a good point. That's a good place to kind of near the end of this stream. So without further ado, aside from that hot garbage that happened at the end there, yeah, tomorrow's probably going to be Pal World. We'll see. If I make any changes, I'll swerve. Otherwise, yeah, I need to do Event of the Day. I have not touched Event of the Day even once. But that's all that I have planned. Next week is probably just going to be more of the same, unless something really strange happens, because I am still doing a thing, but I don't know if I'm going to make it, because I haven't actually been able to touch as much as I have wanted to, work on in these past few days. So, yeah, without further ado, I won't take up any more of your time, though. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. That would help me out the most, and I will see you when I see you. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!